Oh, PCE in 15 minutes. Awesome. Defin, always appreciate you having my back on that. Let me get everything kicked off right now. Make a couple quick changes to the live stream and we should be all good. Volume. All right, I caught it pretty quick myself there. Volume should be fixed. Crypto Clay, good to see you. Roger, good to see you. Yeah, Deck Screener is live and XRP is going on a nice little pump. So we'll take a look at that this morning. See where we think XRP can go. Guys, I've gotten so lazy on naming the live streams. We're just going to go with XRP Moonshot until there's something else distinct to talk about. Make sure you take a quick second, drop a like in the stream, especially if you're here early. Really appreciate everyone doing that. Let me take a look at what's going on TikTok. 1 total viewer on TikTok. Hopefully that ramps up. And I have to get my X open as well. And I also need to make it, if I share the fiat leak thing, just a couple more things to get going here. Okay, that went smoother than normal. That's nice. We have to there we go. Let's see. Fire Dog, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Just got to get into my X chat. We're almost there. Okay, cool. All right, we're live on X. We're live on TikTok. Dave Nelson, good to see you. Noshi, good morning. Thank you. Appreciate the love. If you're ever on TikTok, make sure to smash the like button. TikTok's so random. Sometimes we'll have 1,000 people in the stream. Sometimes we'll have 100, but we shall get it going. Let's see what questions we have in the chat right now. Is DAG pumping? Let me take a look at DAG. I didn't realize DAG was up so much. Big fan of DAG. Just haven't paid attention to it or given it that much of attention recently. Oh, wow. Oh, funny enough, look, we talked about this yesterday, actually. Hold up. Let me share my screen. It looks like DAG is above the level I wanted to see DAG get to. So this is actually pretty big on DAG. We drew this line yesterday. I always love when these things play out so perfectly. And I think I realized I have to move my camera to the bottom right-hand corner so I don't block the screen anymore. Okay. This should be better on that front. Yeah, take a look at this. This is the DAG chart. This is a logarithmic chart, and I said it had to get above this line right here. It pumped there, and now it's pretty much sitting at it. So we want to make sure we can get above this, but looks really, really good. If we can get above this line, I really like the chances of DAG making a pretty significant run here. I don't think it's going to happen instantaneously, so I think we'll probably flip this and bounce here and then make that next move up. But it's nice to see DAG retesting these levels. I think it needs a little bit more before we can constantly get up there. XP Market, good to see you. Appreciate you for stopping in. Always great to see you. And we'll go check out what's going on there in a bit. I know I absolutely need to collect some rewards there. I think I'm currently burning some more rewards. So I got to make sure I get over to XP Market and collect those rewards. Take a look at XRP on the 30-minute chart. See if we can see any trends going on. Not much on the 30-minute. Let me try the hour chart. Yeah, not much on the hour either. We kind of got a wacky formation here. I don't really see much at the moment. We got this pretty obvious resistance that we're banging up against. not any significant movement in breaking that. And then, I don't know. You can't really find much of a support on the bottom. Looks like we're kind of just chopping. Might be able to maybe come in here and start drawing something like this. I guess that's possible. I can't say I love it. I don't see that much confirmation kind of on this bottom piece, but definitely something on the top pushing us down. So we'll watch this, see if we can break out through there. We're at $1.42 right now. Still great to be at that price. Always great when we're just chilling at $1.42. I mean, imagine how car become. Ripple Van Winkle, good to see you. Thank you for stopping the stream. Appreciate you and everything you do for the community. You're killing it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, the Joe Rogan and Andreessen Horowitz interview. That was crazy. That was crazy and really eye-opening. There were some great clips from that. Would love to get someone into some of those clips as well. Drop on First Ledger. Thank you so much. And we'll give Drop a shout out. Appreciate the donation. So we'll give Drop a quick little shout out. Hold up. Let's take a look at what Drop is doing. I'll take a look at the Drop chart. Only because you came in with the dono. I feel like I have to. Hold up. All right, so here's the Drop price chart. Kind of in a quick little consolidation phase here. We already seem to have bottomed pretty nicely. Now it looks like essentially we're recovering off that bottom. So everything looks pretty good on this on the Drop price. We had this big parabolic rise, this big rounded bottom. Now we're kind of putting in this flag. I think textbook TA is if we can hold this, we're probably making another big move upward here to the $20 to $25 range. So I would say everything looks really good on the Drop price chart. I mean, this is pretty, like, I get excited when I see these rounded bottoms, like these big rounded bottoms. These things excite me because this lets me know like buyers really came in and started chewing this up. So love to see that. And another one that I think is probably positioned to do pretty well here is Evernote has a very similar structure as well going on with it. DAG and Ripple are partners for wallet recovery. DAG is used by the U.S. Department of Defense as well as Panasonic. Yeah, DAG is a very interesting project. Only 74 likes on the stream. Crypto Clay, thank you for pointing that out. Guys, make sure to smash a like on the stream. It's the best way to get more people in here, teach people about XRP, and really grow this ecosystem. Yeah, so the Drop chart looks really solid. We're just waiting for that next big candle upward to confirm kind of this. I mean, I guess it's almost like a head and shoulders, this big rounded part, and then this shoulder here. And I guess technically that would be a move upward. I don't do a lot of that traditional pattern. What I see is a big accumulation region, and then I'll obviously it trying to make that next push upward. So we'll see if it can make that push, but that is what I'm currently watching on the Drop price chart. XRP holding. Yeah, XRP is definitely holding strong. I'm waiting to get some more like insight on what's going to happen here. Are we going to chop back down here, back to $1.37 in here and then break out? It seems like we're definitely putting in some kind of formation in here. I just don't know how big it is, right? Because I don't see any clear support. Let me show you an example of one that I thought was a lot more clear. This one was a lot more clear because you could like very obviously see like, boom, that's the support, boom, that's the resistance, and it's just nice and clean. Like that was easy. XRP almost always breaks those to the upside. This one's a little funkier. I'm not convinced it's really there. It's more of like here-ish. I guess maybe you can come down here. It's just like not as pretty. So we'll have to see. I don't know how much confidence I have in this one, but still looks good. And it's still obvious we have this resistance we kind of have to break out of. See what we got. Oh, now everyone's coming in on TikTok. I always wanted to trade and flip crypto before and help people. Yeah, trading's difficult, but some people have a knack for it. I'm not really a trader. I'm more of like a buy and hold kind of guy. But if you enjoy trading and you're good at it, that's awesome. How about quant leaving X? Yeah, I mean, to me, it doesn't really make that much of a, like, I don't know. X is mostly like retail, and I don't know. Quant's really an institutional focused company. I don't know how much quant really gets from being on X, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's a weird move. Definitely a weird move for quant to leave X. I don't think it's anything like catastrophic or anything like that. It just, I don't know. I feel like, why would you? It's like the biggest network effect out there. So weird decision. Don't love it. I also don't think it's like the end of the world or anything like that. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Here for XLM. Well, we don't do too much XLM here, but I know a lot of people in the XRP community are fans of XLM. And XLM has been performing great. No doubt about it. XLM has been performing awesome. I take it as a great omen for XRP. Haven't spent a lot of time in the news this morning. I would assume there's nothing overly interesting happening. The biggest thing we're still waiting on is that that decision on, what do you want to say? That decision for SEC chair. That's the biggest thing we're waiting on. I guess I could play this real quick. There was definitely some very interesting clips going around last night in terms of Mark Andreessen and Joe Rogan. I wanted to share a couple of these clips with you because I thought they were really interesting. And I don't know, there's been a couple times recently where I've kind of sat back and watched this cryptocurrency market and have been like, thank the Lord Trump won. But here are a couple more examples of like, thank the Lord Trump won. I thought these were really, really cool.
Yeah, the AI thing was very alarming. We had meetings this spring that were the most alarming meetings I've ever been in, where they were taking us through their plans, and it was
like, what kind of? Can you talk about it?
Basically, just full government control, like this sort of thing. There will be a small number of large companies that will be completely regulated and controlled by the government. They told us. They just said, don't even start startups. Like, don't even bother. Like, there's just no way. There's no way that they can succeed. There's no way that we're going to permit that to happen.
Wow.
Yeah, they said this is already over. It's going to be 2 or 3 companies, and we're going to control them, and that's that. Like, this is already finished.
Oh my God! No, when you leave a meeting like that, what do?
You go endorse Donald Trump.
Yeah,
the AI thing was years ago with this thing called Operation Choke Point, where they decided to, as marijuana started to become legal, as prostitution started to become legal, and then guns, which there's always a fight about. Under the Obama administration, they started to debank legal marijuana businesses, escort businesses, and then gun shops, just like your gun manufacturers, and just like you're done, you're out of the banking system. And so if you're running a medical marijuana dispensary in 2012, like, you, guess what? You're doing your business all in cash, because you literally can't get a bank account, you can't get a Visa terminal, you can't process transactions, you can't do payroll, you can't do direct deposit, you can't get insurance. Like, none of that stuff is, you've been sanctioned, right? None of that stuff is available. And then this administration extended that concept to apply it to tech founders, crypto founders, and then just generally political opponents. So, yeah, so that's been like super pernicious.
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, 100%. And this is called, so it was Operation Choke Point 1.0 was 15 years ago against the pot and the guns. choke point 2.0 is primarily against their political enemies and then to their disfavored tech startups. And it's hit the tech world like we've had like 30 founders debanked in the last 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. It's been a big recurring pattern.
30.
This is one of the reasons why we ended up supporting Trump. It's like we can't live in this world. We can't live in a world where somebody starts a company that's a completely legal thing and then they literally like get sanctioned, right, and embargoed by the United States government through a completely unaccountable, by the way, no due process. None of this is written down. There's no rules. There's no court. There's no decision process. There's no appeal. Who do you appeal to, right? Like who do you go to get your bank account back?
All right, last clip here, and this is specifically about the SEC. So Mark Andreessen doesn't actually say SEC SEC here, but he's definitely talking about the SEC, I know for a fact. One other quick note, have I looked at 404 token? Yeah, I have looked at 404 token. I mean, for the meme tokens, guys, I mean, it's just a shot in the dark, right? Like, don't overthink it. There's really not much I can tell you that's going to help much in the meme market other than you going in and just hoping. Oh, hold up. Coming. Deefin, good call.
And there's a long list of them, so everybody watching and listening, get comfortable. On initial claims, expecting 215,000. We come in at 213,000. That equals last month, but that moves up now to 215,000. That is the lightest level since April of this year. If we look at continuing claims, it remains on its second revision. 1,907,000. I was going to say it's the second week above 1.9, but last week's 1.9 million was downgraded to slightly under. So this remains the loftiest level going back to November of 2021. Let's look at our second time around the block on GDP. It remains for the third quarter at 2.8%. And if we look at consumption, remember last time we looked, it was a whopping 3.7. That was the best going all the way back to Q1 of 23. It comes down just a bit to 3.5, but that still remains pretty lofty. It equals the fourth quarter of 23. If we look at the price index, moved up a tenth from 1.8 to 1.9, but that's still the best progress since it was 1.5 in the last quarter of 23. Finally, let's look at core price action. 2.1%, it sheds 0.1%. At 2.1, it's the lightest, well, since it was 2% last quarter of last year. Now let's switch gears to durable goods, shall we? Durable goods headline number was expected to be up 0.1. It comes in exactly at 0.1. And last month becomes 0.4 instead of 0.5%. If you look at the ex-transportation figure, that is also up. Folks. The headline was up 0.2. Ex-transportation is up 0.1. If we look at capital good orders, non-defense ex-aircraft, a proxy for capital spending, it moves up to 0.2, better than expected. That's pretty lofty. But do consider that in the rear view mirror, if you look at capital good orders, we had up 0.7. That was a strong number. It now gets cut basically in half to up 0.3. Up 0.3 ends up the best since June of last year. And finally, let's look at shipments instead of orders. Shipments are up 0.2%, and that is as expected. Now, let's look at trade balance, and this really is important, folks. I know it's an advanced look, but it's at minus 99.1. But last look at 108.7, that is the second highest trade deficit in history, and that goes back to 1989. And we all know the trade balance may have a lot of movement in the future based on things like tariffs. And also, this number has a lot of activity surrounding some of the pull forward of many entities trying to get ahead of potential tariff action. Wholesale inventories, they were up 0.2. Retail inventories were up 0.1. The market siphoned all of that. We now end up at 420 in a 2-year. And guess where it was before all those numbers? Yeah, you guessed right, at 420. If we look at 10-year, 425 before the number, remains at 425. If it was to close there, it would be a 1-month low yield close. Back to you, Andrew, and the gang.
Okay, Rick, I'll take it over. That is something to have all of that flood of data, and the market's like, yeah, whatever. We'll stay at the same places right about here. I was looking for some movement. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Rick's going to stay with us. Joining us right now for more on the data is Dana Peterson. She's chief economist with the Conference Board, and of course our own Steve Leisman. Steve, why don't you take it away and tell us what you think of some of these numbers we've seen?
I mean, I think the economy is doing just fine, right? 2.8%. A little bit stickier inflation out there, something we're going to have to deal with, by the way, today at 10 o'clock, which is when the PCE comes in. But it is interesting. We went into this number with yields down a little bit, the probabilities of rate hikes up just a little bit, maybe coming from yesterday's minutes. I'm not really quite sure where the a little bit dovish sentiments set in the markets, but you had a rise in the probability of, I guess I'll look at that right now to see if that's still accurate. But I think we're in the same place. As Rick said, no change in the 2-year, therefore not much of a change usually in the probabilities. What you have is I don't know what you call it, a 58% probability of May now, and January is a pause. December now, 64%. So we're still on track there. Not that excited about some of the shipment data, which seem to be a little
Interesting. Yeah. So overall GDP growth looks good. And inflation looks okay. So it's like, I don't know, not much I would say I would really worry about. And in fact, it just kind of confirms that things generally look pretty good when it comes to the economic numbers. I want to put a note out there, like, guys, there was like a period 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago where everyone was calling for this black swan, this big depression, this big tank in the markets, the stock market crashing. And I was one of the few people like, look, this isn't happening. Like, I understand why people think it's happening, but it's not happening. And a lot of people, I think, are going to get this wrong. Like, a lot of people were saying because interest rates are going high, there is going to be a depression, a recession, a drop in the market. And it just hasn't happened. And we're getting to the point here where most people predicted this was going to take place a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And if we really do get through this time period where we don't have any of these bad things, then it's going to be very, very, very bullish for the market. You just heard GDP growth is at 2.8%. I mean, that's great. I mean, that's a great result on GDP growth. So data continues to come in looking good. And the people who predicted this black swan, this depression, I mean, it's really starting to look like that's not going to happen. Dog, good to see you. Good morning, Dog. Dog is a special guest of the stream. Happy Thanksgiving, Dog. Imagine GDP growth when crypto is tapped in. Oh, yeah. I mean, GDP growth is going to be insane when you have cryptocurrencies underpinning the financial system because, I mean, just think about it. If every single payment is getting taxed at, say, 0.5%, 1%, whatever, through credit cards, through whatever, through wire transfers, all of these things all have fees associated with it. If you can get rid of all these fees and increase the velocity of money, you're going to be in a position where essentially you are moving money for free, which should have a compounding effect on GDP. And add to that AI, right? Imagine being able to fire your entire customer service support group and replace that all with AI. I mean, these things are going to be insanely bullish for GDP growth, and it's just getting tapped into now. So, pretty decent economic data there. Not much else really to say on that front, I don't think. Just imagine the growth when crypto innovation comes back to the United States. Yeah, imagine too if there's no capital gains taxes on cryptocurrency. I mean, just another very, very, very positive outcome of hopefully what this next administration is going to be able to bring us on the cryptocurrency front. To me, it all looks really, really good. Here, let me finish off and play you this last clip here from the Joe Rogan thing, and then we'll move on.
You know, most federal workers never came back to work.
Really?
Yeah, they work from home.
Most?
Most, yeah.
Like what percentage?
Very large percentage. Something like half just literally just never came back.
Whoa.
They still, by the way, still draw a paycheck. They're still on their jobs, but literally they're not in the office. Or in some cases, they have an agreement where there's one agency, I probably won't name, but there's one agency where here's here's another great thing. There are agencies of the federal government whose workforces are both civil servants, have full civil service protections, and unionized. Entirely paid for by the taxpayer, but they both have civil service protections, which, by the way, are totally made up. There's no concept in the Constitution of like civil service protections. It's just like a totally made up thing. And they're unionized. And then there's a particular agency that I know of where the union negotiated the return to the office from COVID, and the agreement was you have to be in the office 1 day a month.
Whoa.
And actually, what the pattern now is what they do is the employees come in on the last day of the month and the first day of the following month. So they only have to be there for 2 days.
For 2 months.
Out of 60 days.
That's crazy.
As a consequence, many of them have actually left the area, right? Because they get their government paycheck, which is calibrated for living there, and then they go live someplace nice, but they go live in the Ozarks or something where the cost of living is cheaper and they have a bigger house. And, in theory, they're working from home, but is it actually happening? So, and this is the Doge. This is one of the things that the Doge they've already announced. The thing they've said is you can work from home, just not for the federal government.
Oh. So that was a pretty interesting clip. I know for a fact the organization that only works 1 day in office a week is the SEC. So, well, maybe that's why their legal team is so bad and they keep losing these cases. Doran, good to see you, man. Aloha to you. Hope you're doing well, and you must be up early. Crypto Clay, most blockchains are now incorporating AI. AI is going to be a massive factor in really changing a lot of blockchain technology, and really probably every single company. AI is going to have an important role in pretty much everything. Oh, Taylor, I didn't even realize you also sent me those Mark Andreessen clips. Very, very, very cool. Let's see what else we have going on here. Trying to see if there's anything else interesting in the news going on. Quant quit Twitter. Yeah, I don't know why Quant quit Twitter. Kind of a weird move. Probably not the best move. I'm confused why you would do that, but their decision at the end of the day, I guess. XRP still kind of consolidating in this region right here. Not much to see until we break out. Until we can break out of this range right here, there's just really not much to focus with on XRP. We'll see what these next couple days look like. I assume low volume, and we kind of just trade sideways within here before breaking out. Oh, people are asking about what the program is. That's Fiat Leak. If you're watching this live stream on vertical mode, then you will see Fiat Leak down there. ETF swap, is it a scam? I don't know what ETF swap is. I would be careful of it. Quant sold that garbage. Quant sold that garbage a year. Oh, okay, I got you. Good morning, Mickle. Jody, good to see you. Hydra last 2 Saturdays have a massive rise in XRP's price. Was it last 2 Saturdays? Saturday last week had a pretty big pump. Interesting. Take us back to where the last yeah, there's some pretty big pumps on Saturdays. I don't know. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Maybe that's a real thing, but is Joe ignoring you? Didn't see him on Dr. Donish last night. Scared of you? I don't know, Roger. We'll see. I would love to debate Joe again. I thought that was a ton of fun. I don't know if it was as fun for him, but I'm not sure. I think Joe will come at the next debate. The next debate with a little bit of a different attitude. I think he realized pretty quickly that I knew a bit more about what I was talking about than he expected, and some of his tricks weren't going to work there. But yeah, would love to be able to talk with him again. Let me see what's going on Dr. Donish's space. Actually, I'm curious if there's any XRP talk, because we could we could join that space on a live stream, which would be interesting to say the least. I just don't want to do it if they're just talking about some like boring crap, you know. Let me see if they're talking about XRP or cryptocurrency on the space, and if there's anyone interesting enough for me to jump on and see if I can really get them going. I actually don't even know if he's live right now. Yeah, I don't even think they're running the space this morning. Maybe they're off for Thanksgiving, but I don't see him. Weird. All right, well, no one to debate on that. Oh, King Salas, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Yeah, the debate was a ton of fun. And you know, I'm fine with people pushing back. So it's always fun for me. Mickle, your take on Brad Garlinghouse to respectfully decline the cabinet position with Trump is correct. Thank you, Doran. Yeah, I don't think Trump will take that position as the cryptos are, but we shall see. It just doesn't seem like to me it would be in Brad Garlinghouse's best interest. I think Brad Garlinghouse probably has bigger and more important things to focus on that are going to be a lot more profitable and a lot more fun for him. I don't see Brad Garlinghouse as a government employee. I think it's much more likely that we get someone like Brian Brooks or Chris Concarlo. Oh, yeah, there's no question Joe's a very smart guy. I don't think I could have had a harder debate than Joe. Joe's one of the toughest debates I could have. Joe or scams are probably two of the hardest debates I could get myself into. So wasn't expecting him not to have good points. He's a very smart person, but no doubt he doesn't want to go sit in a dusty room. Yeah, exactly, Taylor. No way. No way. Especially with a Ripple IPO around the corner. Absolutely no way do I think Brad Garlinghouse is dying to go work for the government. Brian Brooks would be huge. Doran, I agreed. Brian Brooks or Christian Carlo. I covered in my video last night that Christian Carlo actually tweeted out or reposted a tweet that talked about a $20 XRP. So I'm not saying that because he posted that means we're going to have a $20 XRP or he even thinks necessarily that XRP will get to $20. But the fact that he would repost something with a $20 XRP on it shows that he clearly doesn't think that's some like egregious price or it's like dangerous to have that price out there. So clearly Chris Concarlo is some kind of XRP bull behind the scenes. He's not always overly public about it, but clear indication to me that he does see enough value in XRP to go out and really start promoting it a bit. Guys, make sure to take a quick second and drop a like on the stream. Really appreciate everyone doing that. Takes like 2 seconds. Just exit out of the live chat right now. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, do that. If you're over following me on TikTok, make sure to come over and follow me on YouTube and X. And if you're looking for a place to buy XRP, there's links in the description of this video. There's links on my TikTok profile. There's links on my X account. Make sure to check those out. $20 seems fair. Yeah, I don't know. I think XRP is going to start moving dollars at a time, and people are very quickly going to start to wonder where everyone got this like $8 to $10 XRP from. We'll see. Uphold for DAG and XD. Yeah, Uphold's got great asset selection. There's no doubt about it. Carlisle is a bureaucrat. Who is that, Doran? I don't know who that is. I know the name, Carlisle. What's my thoughts on Wyoming stablecoin talks? I don't know. We have to see. Roger ordered a Mickle Mafia shirt today. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Fire Dog. I appreciate that, Roger. Fire Dog says a lot. I'm a little worried about crypto regulators. Trump picks will turn BlackRock main investments because they are supporting hard. Then Ripple, ADA, and some other teams because they are. Sorry, Fire Dog. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a hard time understanding that one. Just send me another one, and I'll jump into it. I'm lost. Alchemist, good to see you. What are my thoughts on XLM? I like XLM. I'd just rather own XRP. For every XLM I own, I can't own XRP. So, yeah, Fire Dog, get off your phone. No typing and driving, brother. No typing and driving. No typing and driving. We're not getting you in an accident on the live stream. What's up with the Bitwise ETF rebrand? Taylor, I don't know what you mean. Taylor, you mind shooting me the link for that and I'll take a look? I haven't seen the rebrand. I would rather have Trump's ear than Trump's cabinet position. Exactly. And I think Brad Garlinghouse will just do something like Elon Musk is doing, right? Elon Musk isn't like becoming an official cabinet member. He's just kind of telling Trump what he needs to happen. So. Thank you so much, Jeep Kid. Appreciate that. Comments are ripping right now also because so many people dropped the like on the stream. The comments are ripping. So really appreciate everyone for being there. Wyoming left Ripple out of stablecoins. Well, Ripple doesn't have a stablecoin yet, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. If Wyoming continues to leave Ripple out, even when Ripple has a stablecoin, we'll cover it. But as of now, Ripple doesn't even have a stablecoin, so I'm not too worried about it. Hold up, guys. Let me throw this on real quick.
Really tried to. We saw an opportunity here. Israel made tremendous gains on the battlefield,
real quick.
And we thought this was the right time to try to bring about translating those gains on the battlefield to a permanent ceasefire. And so this was clearly very difficult, partly because after, as you just said, nearly 14 months of fighting. And this has been very intensive fighting. There have been over 10 to 15,000 projectiles fired at Israel, and a serious amount of bombardment throughout Lebanon from the south and all the way to the north, and including Beirut. So it's been a heavy war with a lot of casualties and damage. And not only that, but the war is not between Israel and Lebanon. The war is really between Israel and Hezbollah and Iran, where Hezbollah joined the October 7 attacks just hours afterwards.
Sorry about that. I had to run to the bathroom real quick, and it was the only thing I had playing. What's this stream about? XRP, crypto, whatever. Whatever I feel like talking about in the morning, I guess it's turned into. Hopefully watching an XRP breakout here. That'd be great. Isn't Loomis in Wyoming? It will come. Yeah, Loomis is a little confusing though. She's kind of a maxi, so we got to see what Loomis actually falls on. She's a bit of a maxi, so we got to make sure Loomis isn't going to continue to be maxi. No, I mean the previous video. Oh, I don't. It's just this random CNBC live stream. I just had to run to the bathroom real quick. Daniel Marshall says, "Hey, do you think there's going to be a big pullback and then XRP going up later in the year?" It's tough to say. Like, we don't know. I mean, just take a look at this. I mean, it's really hard to forecast like what a big pullback even means. And I don't mean to like overcomplicate it, but like if we go back, and I hope this is the right chart. Hold up. Yeah, this is the wrong chart. Let me just pull up a new chart here for us. Why is it so hard to get an XRP price chart with the full data? Okay. Look, if we take a look at what happened in the 2017 bull run, and now I go back out of logarithmic and zoom in here, we can see there's absolutely pullbacks, but maybe not pullbacks in the way you're thinking. So let me just zoom in here a little more, and let's take a look at what happened to the XRP price chart. So we'll track this in real time real quick, and I think it would help if I got rid of my picture there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's the XRP price chart, and in very similar fashion, back in 2017, we were just trading sideways. We were stuck in a range. XRP is not going to go anywhere. Everyone's saying XRP is dead, blah, 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 blah. And it's just stuck in essentially this trading range right here. Then suddenly out of nowhere, XRP made this move. Now, you can argue that this was a very big move with a very big pullback, right? So XRP went up 1,000% and then crashed back down 63%. So there was a big pullback, but then very quickly it went back up pretty significantly and then made another massive pump here, in which it then had another pretty big pullback. So let's see this one. This is a pullback of about 67%. And then XRP did another big pump. And then did another really big pullback, in which the price pulled back. Let's see. This one's going to be a big one. This one, if we take probably from here, a 90% pullback. So like XRP was continuing to go up and continuing to pull back, but it always ended up going higher, right? It kept on making that move. So I'm sure we'll see the same thing here. Like I'm sure we'll get a pump for XRP that will take us to $2.50, and it will pull back to $1.80, and then we'll go back up. So it's just how XRP moves. These cryptocurrencies are very volatile. They make new highs, and then they pull back. And if the trend is continuing to go upwards, they don't pull back as much as they went up. They only do is retrace some of their gains, and then the price continues to move upward. So I would expect pullbacks along the way. I think everyone should expect pullbacks along the way. I think people who don't expect pullbacks are the people who end up buying tops and get worried in times like we're in right now. But to me, what we're in right now is nothing more than just a consolidation period, and we probably break out of here sooner than later and start making new highs. What do I think about HBAR? I'm a fan of HBAR. I think HBAR is significantly behind XRP in terms of adoption. But I still think it's a great project. I just like, it's like I wouldn't allocate. It's all about a investment decision, right? Like every single time I buy a cryptocurrency, I need to figure out, hey, how much of this am I willing to allocate to this cryptocurrency? But that's also money that won't go into XRP. So I'm most bullish on XRP. So if I'm investing in something like HBAR, I might be very excited about HBAR. But the question I have to ask myself is, how excited about this am I? Am I willing to not take money that should be going into XRP, or should I take money that should be going into XRP and put it into HBAR? To me, that's like one of those things I get into where it's like, okay, well, I like HBAR a lot, but how much am I willing to allocate here, right? That's the question I run into HBAR. XRP is like, I'll allocate a lot to XRP just because that's where my confidence lies, right? I'm confident in HBAR for sure. I just don't think to the same degree as something like XRP. Sologenic's a great project building on the XRP ledger, but it's still a little new and early for me. Like, I'd rather just own more XRP. Here's the thing, like, if I think XRP is going to double or even triple digits, it's like, why do I waste my time with some of these other cryptocurrencies, right? Like, I have confidence in XRP. I have confidence XRP is going to go extremely high. I don't know. It's like, why would I really spend time focusing on all these other cryptocurrencies and all these different scenarios when I'm confident where XRP goes? And I own a bunch of different cryptocurrencies, right? But like, I don't know. I don't like to spend too much time focusing on assets that are much smaller in comparison to XRP and just don't have the same, in my opinion, bullish investment thesis behind them. Let's see what Firedog's got. I don't really do much with LCX, to be honest. I've never really understood LCX. I don't really like exchange tokens. Firedog, easy way to find out how big a pullback is. Pretend you bought with a 10%. Easiest way to find out how big of a pullback equals pretend you bought within 10% of the top. When you feel you must need to sell, add 10% dip from that, and that's the normal pullback. Great advice, Firedog. I think that's really well said. And psychology is such an important part of investing. And if you can kind of create psychological barriers around investing, you can really start beating the market. Yeah, Donish did buy XRP. He absolutely bought XRP. So he's a holder in XRP. And he's been messaging me questions and bringing me on. So is Sui a good buy? Rocky Mountain Jack, thank you so much for the donation. Are people waiting for the pullback like I am? You got to be careful waiting for a pullback. You might get one, you might not. So just important to understand that you never really know if you're going to get that pullback. Oh man, I follow too many food accounts on X. I'm like searching for new news to report on and things to talk about, and I'm just getting hungry. What'd Clay say? Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Do you think Flare is a bit of a dark horse? This F asset thing looks promising. I'm extremely excited about Flare. Extremely excited about Flare. And like, I'm to the point where like, I don't know, like, what's the Flare price chart doing actually? I haven't taken a look in a while. I haven't checked my Flare drops in a while either. When was the last time I got a Flare drop? Oh, so we should be getting sort of close to another Flare drop here. Man, I wish the OG days were back when I was getting like 25K per Flare drop. So let's take a look at what Flare's doing. I haven't taken a look at Flare in a while. I remember the Flare charts are always whack. Oh, because I'm on a 30-minute chart. A week chart. I'm not going to lie. This Flare chart could be an early day XRP chart. It could be early day XRP chart. It might be something else. So Flare is going to have to keep getting a lot of momentum upward here to be sustained. But it very well could, in my opinion, do something like this. Come up here, come back down, come back here, come back down, flat line, and then go. So we'll see what ends up happening. I don't think I have an idea either way. but there's just not a lot of data on the flare chart to look at. Like, clearly what we're seeing is that there's some kind of strong bottom here that's powerful, but I don't know where the next levels are. There's just not a lot of data here to be able to work with. Very bullish on flare. Another thing I'm actually very bullish on is Evernode. Wow, Evernode's having a nice recovery. Just can't figure out any good, easy way to buy Evernode. Very annoying to get your hands on. All these charts are so whack. Whenever you have something in the very early days, difficult to actually get good pricing structure on it. But Evernote is also pretty interesting here. Not a lot of commentary on Flare. There actually is the Flare community is actually pretty big. The Flare has an impressive community. It's one of the reasons why I like Flare so much. I think right now there's just a lot of work being done on Flare, so it's not necessarily getting that attention that some other projects are getting, but I think it will come back for sure. There's a lot going on in the background for Flare right now, but once Flare launches, I think it's going to present some very, very interesting opportunities. Checking X real quick, just making sure I'm not missing out on anything. What was the rebrand? What was the rebrand on this Bitwise ETF? Did they just change the name to GXRP? Maybe they just thought of a better name. I don't know what this is, but it doesn't seem like anything. It doesn't seem like anything, in my opinion, that I would be overly concerned about. But I'm not concerned about. I just think it's like they probably just thought of like some better branding around it. Firedog sent me a chart. Let's take a look at this real quick. This is XRP. Okay. XRP wave count update posted this. I believe we could be wave. I believe the wave 3 could roughly look like, and now it's playing out as of where we are now. I believe we just finished wave 3 of 3 and are in wave 4 of 3, which is just this slight correction before we enter 5 of 3, which should take XRP into price discovery, in my opinion, between $3.80 or $4.20. After that, we expect macro wave 4, maybe in the $2 area. Then our final 5th wave of upside where we get to $18 to $13. Very interesting. I don't know how much, so I don't pay overly attention to these waves and how these price structures play out. To me, this looks like absolute gibberish, but at the same time, absolutely respect the opinion, and it does look very similar to what I kind of anticipate happening here. Making that move to the all-time high, pulling back, and then making that $10 to $12 move. We'll see what ends up happening. I think this is going to be a bit more of a long, sustained bull market than many of the charters are anticipating. So I believe we'll get to where they're talking about. I just wonder if there's going to be more of a significant move after that. Dr. Arter, good to see you on text. Good to see you on X. Sorry, my brain is asleep. Wanted to check out something else real quick. Guys, a lot of people ask me about the automated market maker. I actually am in an automated market maker pool on XP Market. Burned about 3.5K XPM so far. Got to do better, just collected. But I wanted to show you something. I've been in this automated market maker pool for a while now. And very cool about what XP Market does is it actually shows you your P&L. So I've been sitting in this automated market maker pool for probably a couple months now. And so far, I've lost $32. So very interesting note on the automated market maker pools. Through being in here, locking up my XRP and XPM, I've net lost $32. With that said, though, because I'm doing it on XP Market and they offer these rewards, I am probably up because of all the rewards I've been able to collect for contributing liquidity. So one of the advantages I believe of doing this on XP Market is having that option for some of these extra rewards to boost some of those AMM payouts. So if it was just the automated market maker and there's no rewards, I'd be sitting in this pool for the last couple of months and I would have essentially lost $32. But because of some of the reward mechanisms in the background on XP Market, flips the equation a little bit. So just wanted to bring that to people's attention. Take a look at the meme coin market quick, see if anything interesting is happening there. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot this morning, honestly. It seems like everything's just kind of waiting for Thanksgiving and then waiting for kind of the next big pieces of news to drop when we get that official change in the administration. We'll keep scrolling, though. Make sure we don't miss anything. Yeah, no recession. That's from the data we got earlier. Everyone said there was going to be a recession. That recession is looking less and less likely every single day. So that's good news, depending on who you're talking to. Bad news for the Bears, good news for the Bulls. All right, I'll jump back into the chat. I don't know, nothing overly happening in the news cycle. Interesting happening in the news cycle right now. Think I've kind of went through most of it. XRP ETF rebrand, but Abs Alchemist. Oh, Abs, good to see you, brother. Appreciate you being here, Abs. Yeah, you got to be careful with the AMM. I think a lot of people think the AMM is just free money. It's a bit more complex than that, and that's why you should always start with small values prior to jumping into something like an automated market maker. Because with XRP going up in value, right, that's where you lose in an automated market maker. Oh, I didn't realize, Abs, I got to check out that DAG interview. Very interesting. I didn't realize that happened. Also, guys, XRP looks like it could be doing something here. It's trying to break out. Absolutely trying to get through here. I don't know. It seems early to me for it to make it through here, but we'll keep an eye on it. All we need is something to happen today, like a new SEC chair or something like that, and we'll get through it. But just need some kind of bullish momentum. What Abs say? Oh yeah, Abs, can't wait. Can't wait. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Yeah, Arter actually commented on the AMM. You really don't want to be in an AMM when XRP is going up. Volatility subjects you to impermanent loss. You really want to be in an AMM when the market is trading sideways, which, funny enough, over the past 3 years, XRP has been trading sideways. been the perfect time to be in an AMM, and now suddenly XRP has all this volatility. So go figure. At $1.45 right now. Patience is a virtue. Absolutely. My theory is that the more you have, the more you have, the less you wait. Huh. Binance now owns $1.7 billion worth of XRP. Insane. Charles, thank you. Mickle Mafia, absolutely. Good to see you. Mickle Mob better? I don't know. I'm a big Mickle Mafia fan. I like Mickle Mafia. I'm Irish too, so it fits. Mickle, if I did a bunch of side jobs and got paid cash and then deposited that cash in my bank account to buy utility crypto like XRP, would I be screwed in the future? I don't know what you mean. Why would you be screwed? You mean if the price goes down? Like, are you worried you're buying the top? I don't know. That's a tough question for me to answer. I can't give you like investment advice. So, you kind of just got to do your own thing. I think XRP is going much higher, but you got to make your own determination. Will XRP ever go down to $1.30 or below? It could absolutely go down to $1.30. It's very easy to see how XRP could go to $1.30. I mean, if we're just even looking at the range XRP has been trading in for the past couple of days, I mean, the floor is about $1.27. So I don't know. This could play. If this formation looks like this, which we have no idea of knowing, but if it looks like this, we could be in here for till the end of December. Oh, maybe not actually. No, this would only take us like to December 4th. Yeah, we're on a short time frame here. I'm not used to looking at that. I don't think this is what we're seeing, but this would put us down to $1.25-ish, and we could even go lower than that. We could come all the way back down to $1.15. So, absolutely. XRP is very volatile right now. I think the overall direction is higher, but never discount XRP's volatility. I'm glad you like the theme song at the end, man. People are loving that, and yeah, no, I like it a lot too. I'm glad people are enjoying it. Yeah, guys, like if you buy XRP now, like you should accept the fact that XRP could go back to $1. Like, understand that it's a very volatile asset and makes very big moves. Have a mix of both. So when you go to Binance, you're essentially giving Binance your XRP. Like all of that XRP is owned by Binance. Now you might have a claim on it, but legally it's Binance's XRP. So if Binance goes bankrupt, it's their XRP. You're not getting paid back. So technically you have a right to some of that XRP, but it's all pooled in one big pot owned by Binance. So got to make sure you always know who's owning it. That's why it's very important to make sure your cryptocurrencies are owned by you rather than someone like Binance. Guys, with that said, I am going to jump. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Obviously, if anything exciting happens over the next couple days, I will be here to cover it. Brian says we need 23 more likes. Guys, make sure to go smash the like button on the way out. Make sure to hit the subscribe button on the way out as well. I really appreciate everyone for doing that. If you're over on X or TikTok, make sure to follow me on YouTube. Really appreciate everyone doing that. It's where most of my long form content gets posted. Guys, I hope everyone has a great next couple days. Going to be exciting to watch the market. If anything happens exciting, I will be here. Have a great rest of your day, guys.